easy sport. Actually, it's a very easy sport to learn. It really is. It's a very difficult sport to master. Very difficult to master. So, John's our skip. Jeff Isaacson is the vice skip. This is his second Olympics. He was on the team in Vancouver. Jared Ziesel is a college student at Bemidji State University, and he's the second on the men's curling team. And our vice skip, if I can find my notes here, is 23-year-old John Landsteiner, and he's making his Olympic debut. So he's the lead. Usually the lead, just so you know, is the person who puts stones kind of in front of the house. You want them to create a block so that the other team can't get around and get into the house very easily, or have to get just the right curl to get into the house, to go around those stones that are in front. So leads will position things in front of the house for both teams, trying to make it difficult for somebody to make a shot. The women's team is interesting.
There was a fifth player. Is that just a substitute?
That's a substitute player. And there's also a coach. The coach is usually watching from up in a box. And I'll get to what the coach does a little bit later. But the women's team is Erica Brown, skip, from left to right. Deb McCormick, vice skip, who was the skip in 2010 in Vancouver. Jessica Schultz, second. And Ann Swisshelm is the lead. Now this is interesting. Deb McCormick was the skip, the second from the left, in Vancouver in 2010, and the women's team did not do well at all. So the three people that she was playing with kicked her off their team. They did. They kicked her off the team. And so Erica picked her up for her team, said, come join our team. And so when they had the playdowns for the nationals to see who would represent the United States, Erica and Deb's team beat Deb's former team. She had some rather choice words on her Facebook page about that. My wife is friends with her on Facebook, and she had some rather choice words. It was rather interesting. I won't repeat them. It would not be polite.
I thought you said sport was an important part of it.
It is, and Deb was not being very sports-like. Well, here's the delivery, as you can see. And as the video pointed out, it's all four members. It isn't just one person that makes a shot. Really, all four members make a shot. And it is amazing when I play. One of the things I love is when it's obviously a team shot. The person who releases the stone has released it on the right line and has given it enough weight that we know it's going to get there. But the sweepers are sweeping it for how much it's going to curl and where and how far it will go. And the skip is way down at the end calling to see how much sweeping is needed. That's why they shout so much. Because they'll say hard, or they'll say up, or off, or never. Sometimes they'll use numbers. They'll say anything from 1 to 10. And that's telling the sweepers where they want the stone to end up. There's a line that every stone is supposed to get beyond. If you say 1, you mean you want it just beyond the line. If you say 5, that means you want it right in the middle of the house. And if you say 10, you want it right at the top of the house and all the numbers in between. So sometimes the skip will start to call out numbers like that to let the sweepers know how far he or she wants the stone to go.
Did they ever say Omaha?
Well, yeah. Sometimes you just say, let her fly. Because you've got a stone that you want to take out. You just throw it as fast as you can. You must hit the other stone and get it out of the way. Despite the fact that we are in the Olympics, I have to tell you, the American teams are not that good. The guy you saw in the video at the very end, Andy Turner, he is probably the best curler at the Columbus Curling Club, and a number of us have tried to push him to get on the Olympic team. He would be capable of playing on our men have won 2 games and the women have won 1 game. The problem is that against Great Britain, which includes Scotland, the inventor of the game, the women's team had something called a 7-ender. That means 7 out of the 8 stones that Great Britain threw scored. 7 out of 8. This has never happened in Olympic history. Except to the USA women's team. Sadly.